Oh hey you guys, it's New Year's Eve. Decided to come out, do some chub worrying, see if I can hunt down a decent chub or two. This particular waterway is running very clear. I mean tap water clear. You can see all the gravel runs even on the deeper swims. So I think it's going to be very tricky. I don't think the chub are going to be that forthcoming or obliging. But I've just got the link catcher with me today. Lobworms, bread flake, maggots, cheese paste. I've got liquidized bread, but I'm not putting that into the swims at the moment. I think that could spook the fish because it is running that clear and that low. So I'm going to just try and drop in on likely spots, present a little piece of bread flake, cheese paste, maggots or lobworms, and just see if I can pick up a chevin or two. And also doubling up again, if there is any big perch about, might pick a perch up or two, but we'll see. As I say, it's running so crystal clear. You might be able to see it as I'm making my way through the swims and fishing them. You might be able to actually see how clear the gravels are, because I am not joking, it's literally like a bottle of vodka or gin. It is so clear. So with that in mind, I've got my fingers crossed, I've got my toes crossed as well, that a decent sized chub will slip up. Well, we're in. Doesn't look too bad a fish either. It's nicely formed anyway. Lovely bite. There we go, a lovely conditioned 3-pounder. Really staunch scrap, just taken on link measured lobworm. A beautiful brassy condition. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful golds there around the gill plate. Kind of gunmetal greys and silvers. Very nice indeed. And it's just taken, as I say, on single link measured lobworm, trundled along a slightly deeper gravel run. No free offerings whatsoever. Yeah, lovely chubbly. Just to give you an idea of how clear this is running today, I just thought I'd put the camera in the swim that I don't plan on fishing, at least at the moment. And this is a quite pacey, shallow area, but if you look directly in front of you, you can clearly see how tap water clear and how good the clarity is, which is great from a fish spotting and sighting point of view, but makes presentation tricky at times. It's lovely and clean and clear, which is good. Well, I tell you what, that was a narrow escape. He's still down there. I'm going to release this chub upstream. But nice bite from a chub. He was a pristine little fella, and he's just used one of his 9 lives up. Pike come belting out there, as you will have seen. Tried to take it just as I was lifting it off the surface, and I had no option. I couldn't use the net. I had to just lift him out, which is, you know, saved the day kind of thing. But I tell you what, he's a lucky chap. Mr. Pike having a good go at him. This old chub's gonna live to tell the tale and grow up with a few battle scars. Very, very lucky. Well, I'm getting a few smaller ones now, always promising for the future of a waterway. It's a lovely conditioned small chub. That was just on a nice little nip and tuck piece of bread film. But yeah, very nice too. And hopefully we'll pick up one of its parents. But yeah, lovely condition. Very nice too. Very pleasant way to spend New Year's Eve. There we go, another perfectly formed and very pretty but small chub. Not the parents of these particular size ones that I'm after. I really am hoping for a larger stamp of chub than this. But we shall see. I may change to bread and cheese paste in a bit. That's a better chub. Went back to that second from last swim. Oh, it's a nice fish. Yes, it's more like it. That is more like it. Gotcha. Yes, lovely. Talk about a delicate bite though. A real safe crackers or lock pickers bite. Very, very minuscule. Well, there we go. That's more like what I came for today. It's been tricky. I'm not gonna, paint over any cracks. When it's tricky, it's tricky. It's been low, it's been clear. But this one's made my day. Went back into that second from last swim on the cheese paste. £4 7 ounces, not a 5. But hey, as I say, it's been tricky. It started off with that 3-pounder, went downhill with quite a few smaller chub, but good sign for the future. And the river's been very clear. So yeah, absolutely thrilled to have had this one and capped the trip off. Obviously there's been pike active too in more than one swim. That poor chub earlier on was lucky to get away with its life. I just lifted it out in time. Yeah, very happy with this. Let's turn it straight on. Look at that. Can't beat. I mean, they are one of my favourite species, as you know. But yeah, very, very happy on a tricky trip, and a nice way to see my last fish of 2016. And yeah, who knows what 2017 will bring. I hope also for you chaps it'll be decent as well. Well, it's been a tricky trip, hasn't it? I mean, you guys have obviously watched all the way through the video and been following the fishing trip, and it has been tricky. The water's as low as I've ever seen it, crystal clear, and I mean crystal clear. I mean, you can see most of the gravels, and yeah, it's not a lot of depth. I've been trying to in this second from last swim where you saw this £4 7 chub, I've been trying to fish that area and go back to it, not because it's a textbook chub swim. I mean, it is a textbook chub bolt hole where you'd expect them to skulk and sit under, but because of all the debris there holding the flow back, and it does create a bit of added depth, and that is the main reason for me fishing it. And very, very tentative bite from that 4-7, very, very, almost like it's trying to pick a lock. And yeah, very tentative, very, very subtle, and it was nice, certainly nice to land that fish. But what you'll find on my videos is, I'll tell it as it is. If it's a tricky trip, or it's tricky during it, all the way, or in this case, all the way through it, that's the way it is. That's fishing. But you always, even if I'd blanked and I haven't caught a thing, I always try to take something positive. There's always something you can garner that's positive that you can take with you and use and adapt on your next outing, your next fishing trip. Now in this case, I've stored it anyway, but if I hadn't have caught today, what I would have taken on board is the river's so low and so clear you can see the bare bones of all the features, all the gravel runs. Now that is information that you can't get at other times of the year when it's maybe flooded or coloured, and you know, that's a positive and something that you know you can put to good use, store in your memory banks as such, and on your next outing when the river's up you can say to yourself, well, I know that spot, that's not a bad depth there when it's low, so that'll be even deeper now. It's got some nice gravel gullies and eddies and areas where you know food will collect, and you can say to yourself, I know that other spot over there, that's definitely got snags there, I don't really necessarily want to cast there. And you know, that is a positive to take. And you know, I mean, my last trip, which was Christmas Eve, and you know, I'm being fully honest with you chaps, Christmas Eve I tried my best to pick up a decent chub, and I ended with one of about 3/4 pound. I didn't weigh it, estimated weight of course, and you know, that's the way it goes. But I thought to myself then, and I always do when a fishing trip is tricky or tough going, you know, I always feel that you learn more not about your own watercraft and also how a tricky trip will evolve you, make you look at things from different angles and in different ways, but on top of that it also makes you, you know, test your own personality and character. And it's very, as much as you could say to yourself, well, it's soul destroying, surely it's character building as well. It makes you ask serious questions about yourself, and I come away from that particular trip on Christmas Eve actually smiling, because I thought to myself, you know what, I wouldn't have it any other way fishing. You know, I'd never want it to go to a waterway or a lake and, you know, turn up and go, oh, fish and another fish. You know, where's the enjoyment in that? You know, that is why it's called fishing and not catching. And I know I always do say that, and it is a bit stereotypical, but it really is. You go to have a challenge, and today has certainly been a challenge, but it's thoroughly, you know, been enjoyable, and topped off with a nice welcome stocky chub at the end, which is always nice. Anyway, this is New Year's Eve that I'm recording this, so I hope you all have a good party if you're going out partying, and stay safe, don't drink too heavily and drive. This particular video won't go up until New Year, so seeing out the last, well I say last, it's 7:45, seeing out the last bit of this evening and last bit of 2016, sat on the bank chub fishing. I hope you've enjoyed the videos this year, and I will continue throughout next year doing videos. I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers and the viewers, as you know, without your support it wouldn't obviously be the same, as I say on my previous videos. And yeah, it's been very, very enjoyable. It's been quite a interesting, you know, roller coaster ride. I suppose you could call it a roller coaster ride, or journey even, with you chaps on YouTube viewing the vlogs that I do. And you know, I'll as I say, put this up. Knows it's starting to run. I'll put this video up in the new year, and yeah, I hope you have a good start to 2017, a safe and, more importantly, healthy start to the new year. Anyway, if you've liked the video, please do take time to click the thumbs up button and give it a like. If you haven't liked it, I then probably recommend that you start doing videos yourself, because they're not always that easy to do, I can assure you. No, joking aside, yeah, if you have liked the video, give us a thumbs up, that'd be really superb. And if you're not subscribed, really, come on, make it a New Year's resolution to subscribe to the Fishing for Memories, and click the subscribe button. You'll be kept up to date with all my new videos. Anyway, till next trip, tight lines guys, and all the best in 2017.